paperwork has surfaced of 1090 Jake allegedly writing a handwritten statement against another inmate while he was locked up. How do we feel about this?
I ain't read it yet. I seen Remo on live about it. Remo,
all right, so
basically,
G-Face
give
was
us.
giving
Yeah, I
some
wanted
insight
to. I
earlier.
wanted to hear what you was gonna say. I wanted to tell
whatever.
him. So he,
Give
boy's
us a
from Boston,
roundabout.
right? And mind you, I don't know this man. I don't.
He from Boston and
I
Florida.
guess the homie Remo, I guess, knew academic or whatever. So he showed, but I don't know this man. So whatever I'm gonna say is just from me being in prison in California.
experiences.
Yeah, I did 2 prison terms, of 6 years and 9 years, man. V10017 was my CDC number and AM 3200. What that is in California is called a 602 form, right? So let's just say you get caught with a knife in your cell, you get in a riot, in a fight. You could be in a riot and they put you in a hole on some bullshit charges that you wasn't there. There's every type of inmate there is in convict that will write a 602 form, which is what that is in Boston, right? They have their own name
That's
on
in
it.
Florida.
Oh, Florida, I'm sorry. It's a 602 form, bro. By all means, it is not considered snitching because you could write whatever you want on that 602 form and they will never go out of their way to go in a cell and take an inmate, whether it's charge him or nothing could happen. That's simply for your defense, man. And that's just what a 602 form is.
That's
It's a
when you
grievance
go up
charge.
against the committee for
Yes, sir.
like,
Yeah,
nigga,
that's
you
all
gotta
it
go
is,
see
bro.
the board when you
You
go
are
to
not
the
gonna
hole.
put no inmate in the hole. You're not gonna get no inmate in trouble.
But what did he say though?
Something about him getting jumped. I was watching it last night with the homie Remo. Y'all was on live together. I guess
All
some
right, so
enemies,
I-
some Zoes hit him up and shit. But that's a 602 form, bro. That's all it is, man. That's a grievance form.
all right, so to break down exactly what happened with 1090. So yesterday, people was hitting my DMs, sending me paperwork about so apparently in 2014 he caught a case. What you looking for, lighter?
Appreciate you.
In 2014, this incident happened where allegedly, well not allegedly, it happened. He got attacked and he got hit in the back of the head at like 6 in the morning when they was doing count or whatever. And the Jimmy Hooray dude hit him in the back of the head and he wrote a grievance out explaining the story to the warden. He said he was in confinement, so he wrote this grievance out so he can get out of confinement. And in the grievance,
Did he say that Jimmy Hooray hit him?
in the grievance, he said he name dropped Jimmy Hooray and said Jimmy hit him in the head, and I think he name dropped somebody else, and he explained the story. Then we went live yesterday to after I posted it on No Jumper or whatever. We went live for him to give his side of what happened, and he admitted that he wrote the grievance out. But people was having mixed feelings and shit about it because some people were saying that you could write a grievance out, that's not snitching. Some people would say it's not a
This
statement.
is funny. Let us hear
But
it.
now they said that the grievance, they saying that you could do a grievance, but you ain't supposed to name drop in the grievance, right? So that's where it's split
Yeah,
at.
but what he
G-Face,
said
are you
was
gonna
the-
give a full inmate's name. In
No,
the fight?
but what he said is they got caught. The dude did it in front of the police. Like, there's nothing that he's saying that everybody doesn't know. You know what I mean? He said that he was in front of the
He
police.
said he got attacked in front of the
G-Face.
police, so the police, it was in the
G-Face,
DR
if you was
report.
in the hole, right? If you was in the hole, and would you write the nigga's name or would you say 2 inmates attacked me?
It's not about 2 inmates. He's
Would
not
you-
talking
would
about
you
the inmates.
Listen to my answer, my question.
Yeah, I get what you're
Would
saying.
you say the people's name or would you be like, that's with 2 inmates? Or
2
this
inmates,
person?
but what he's saying, you got to remember, bro. These guys that write that 602 form, I'm writing as a ghetto comic. There's people who write inmates who write that like a fucking attorney, bro.
Yeah.
They'll be professional
But see,
as fuck. 'cause that's
sometimes
going to committee.
okay, that's
not
cool.
going towards
That's
inmates.
cool. But then you're putting the inmate's name on it. Now, even if you was writing it up for a lawsuit or for whatever wrongful punishment, whatever you doing, because you know a nigga, them niggas in the pen, they professional kite strikers,
called
and
legal
they get
beagles.
paid. They're legal
Yeah,
beagles.
they're called legal
they sitting
beagles.
on millions
Right.
in jail. Off of
Sharp,
just
they make
striking their
millions in
ass.
prison, bro, just writing appeals for other
my
inmates
boy,
and
you
beating
know,
cases.
my boy that 600 fuck with 4
Trust me, I
million
know,
off
bro,
of
I
one
know,
off
I
of
know.
one joint. And then it's little like I know old dudes that's what they do. They strike complaints. And nigga, they'll charge the person who got the shit half the money. They sitting on 250,000
Yes,
on
sir.
their books right now. Just
But
off
remember,
of
Break,
lawsuits
even
and all
those
that.
people that are writing it, let's just say to a court, they can't say to inmates. They have to name a name, whether it's a CDC number, to sound whatever professional. All I'm saying is, dude, there's 2 ways people go to PC. Number 1 is going and telling the cops, hey, I'm scared for my life, I can't be here. Number 2 is doing a bitch move, which is what happened here. They attacked him, bro, and walked towards the cops to get caught.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I watched it.
And the whole shit. And what I'm saying is, okay, he got caught. Bam. Y'all all got caught at the same time. It's all, we're not telling any information that you didn't see.
Period.
But as a gangster, and Cuz said that he barely could read, write, whatever back then. You know what I'm saying? Before he went to jail, he said he wasn't really on no school shit. He didn't know too much of nothing, right? That was his story. So as a gangster, at 1090, I fuck with you because you didn't do nothing wrong, but at the same time, you could have struck up. That's when the inmate hit me. I ain't see who it is, do that with boop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you strike it, that's when the inmates hit me. I got hit in the head. I can't remember which one it was. Like, it's by any means lie.
I'm with
You
you.
get what
I'm
I'm
with you.
saying?
All
Like-
I'm
like-
saying
like-
is
like-
nothing happened to that inmate because of what he wrote. That's all I'm
Nah,
saying.
yeah, for sure. That's why I
You're
said it ain't
absolutely right
snitching
in what
because
you're
it ain't
saying,
no
yeah.
new information.
But
you
nothing
can't-
happened to
you
that
can't
inmate,
do
bro.
that,
Nothing
cuz.
happened
You
to.
can't-
That's the same thing as that other dude that said about him and his boy fighting, or him and his brother. What was his name? Sharp, the rapper from Florida. The one. The
Boston Richie.
No,
Young and
Ace.
Ace.
Young
Young and Ace.
Ace.
Sharp, you remember about
Yeah,
that? They
yeah.
accused him of snitching. All he said is me. That was me and my brother fighting. He said, "Who was the shooter?" He said, "Them boys." Who's them boys?
What was the full statement though? That's why I said I can't tell you that till I see the full. What was the full statement?
It's actually posted on the page if you want to.
Can you play it, Remo or Josh? Sharp, you ain't seen this?
I want to hear
that
the
shit in order to
Remo.
get out
Watch
of
this.
confinement? Like, is
Remo
that like a
hit it, bro. You
mandatory
did
thing,
that,
or
Remo.
you just working your move or something?
Remo made it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody really gets out of confinement.
That's
if they
facts.
if you get a DR, your ass pretty much not gonna get out of there.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I wrote that shit up like, look, ain't none of this shit happened. None of this shit's true. I had to sit in the room handcuffed while they beat the fuck out of both of them boys. And even though this is dude I'm at war with, and he just fired me up, I don't want to see nobody get flipped like that. You know, I'd rather do it to you than fucking watch the police do it. Because they walked in and put their gloves on and beat the fuck out of them. My bro that got locked up that didn't do nothing, his face was like this here, way the fuck out. And I spoke on this, like this video that I got right here. This shit's from 4 years ago, bro. Breaking down this whole shit. So it's like, this ain't no new story. This
Are you saying though, like the grievance that you wrote out or whatever, you had to write that shit in order to get out of confinement? Like that's like a mandatory thing, or you was just working your move or something?
I'm gonna be honest with you, nobody really gets out of confinement.
That's facts.
So what was his purpose of striking it up?
That's a good question.
Was
He
it-
also said that
was-
nothing
was
came
he-
from it
was
either.
Was he trying to document the fact? Did he say that they beat the
Josh,
what
is there a
does
way
he
you guys
say?
can read that out loud? I haven't even
And
read
then
that, to be
Jay
honest
said
with you.
is being charged with what
It's
he
just
said,
small, I can't
aggravated
see it.
battery. Who is Jacob? Jake.
That's him.
All right, is being charged with what it said, aggravated battery on the ticket,
All right.
aggravated battery on the low, which is a violation of the rules of prohibited conduct on 1/16/2014.
I
was
ordered both
assigned
inmates
as
to
a-
stop, but that's a cop
Hold on.
writing it, though. That's not
I was
him.
assigned as the complex. I mean,
Complex
I was assigned as the
supervisor at
complex
approximately 6
supervisor.
o'clock. The observed inmate, Jake,
Because it says, I observed
and
him.
whatever, in front of the water fountain fighting. Inmate Jake
Jerry,
had a
that's
rock in his hand, and Blank had a sock with a lock tied to it, both striking each other. I ordered
That's a
both,
CO writing that.
Yeah, I ordered both inmates to stop fighting and to get on the floor, to which they complied. Both inmates were restrained and escorted to Blank for evaluation. Inmate Jake was placed in administrative confinement pending the deposition of report. Inmate Cherry received the following injuries: a laceration of the left upper head.
All right, so go to Cherry's statement real quick.
Go to there's another
It's
one.
right here.
All right, this is his
Hold
paperwork.
on, I was sitting over my boy.
What does it say? Can you read it loud? Can't even read that.
Okay, so I was sitting in my bunk.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, because they was trying to charge him with a 1 to 10 aggravated assault. So he said that he basically was writing it up to show that he was defending himself. He was the
Yeah. He's saying I was
But
sitting-
see, that's that line. I could see off the first shit. So now I know where we at. You want to keep going?
No, I mean,
I can
Go
read
ahead.
it
I
off
want to
the
hear
first
it. What
shit.
is it? Go ahead.
Go ahead. You can read the rest of it. I mean, because I'm straining from back here. I could walk up there and read.
Read it, Josh, if you
all
can,
right.
please.
So Jake's saying I was sitting in my bunk and
He said
Jimmy
Jimmy
hit me
whatever,
with a
hit me
rock and a
with the rock
sock
and
in
a
my
sock
head.
In my head.
Yeah. This was during morning shift change. The officer came in and cuffed him and then checked all the inmates and found Mark Cherry was assaulted more. This is really hard to read.
Can't see nothing, bro.
No. Then whoever came and cuffed me, Mark Cherry and Jerry Lewis were all taken to the back room of 7B dorm inmate.
Harold, whatever.
The other dude were said to be the assaulters and me and Mark Cherry the victims. I then witnessed Sergeant whatever and Jerry Lewis, eventually Sergeant.
All right, you don't have to read it all. Listen,
Nah.
this is basically his statement because they're charging him. All right, originally they're charging him
Right,
with
right,
an assault.
right.
You seen what the officer said?
Absolutely.
Cuz wrote the statement, but this is also why they say it's a thin line with proving self-defense. If you get off on self-defense and you're admitting that you did something, you have to admit that the person did what they did first in order to get off on self-defense. So this is that wobbler
But
that
he's
we
just
talk
trying to
about
beat
on
the
the
case,
self-defense
bro. He's not
case.
trying
That's
to tell on
crazy.
anybody,
This is
bro.
the wobbler that we talk about with Troy Ave and all them people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when it's self-defense, you have to implicate the other party in order
Once
to prove
again, I don't know nothing
self-defense.
about Troy. I'm just saying what he's doing. He's
No,
trying to beat
I'm
the
just
case.
saying
He's not
this
trying
is
to
all
tell
the same.
him
No,
what.
this is all the
What he
same
was
shit.
saying, though. Yeah, it's
This
all
is
the
all
same
the same
shit.
type of shit. Like, and because I don't know what I do so many podcasts, but we was here, and I don't know if we was on the news or if we were in the podcast, and I was speaking. It might have been the Tuesday show when I was with China Mac. Me and China Mac. Shout out Mac Talks. You can go back to the episode. I was speaking on Troy Ave, and I was speaking on self-defense, period. I'm like,
Gotcha,
niggas who fight shit and they're claiming self-defense, you got to come truthful with the whole story.
Absolutely.
You got to let them know, all right, oh, boy shot at me first. That's when
But
I
then you
pulled
got
out my
nothing to do,
pistol
yeah,
and I
facts.
had to kill him in order to defend myself. So at the end of the day, self-defense, if that's the case, all self-defense is snitching.
Absolutely, you're right.
You get what I'm saying? So 1090, you cleared. You
And
got
let's be
brick
real,
stamped on
Sharp.
your
In
paperwork.
reality, Sharp, there's a lot of inmates that are writing the same thing, and I promise you, we could have pulled that on any other rapper. They wouldn't have made it as a bigger deal. Because it was Jake, because of what he does, you got a lot of people that are salty at him, so they'll throw anything to come after this, bro.
1090, you cleared. As far as the snitching,
Yeah, that ain't no
from the
snitching in
brick
my
stamp,
eyes.
you got a brick stamp. I don't know,
got a
you know what I'm
G-Fake
saying?
stamp too.
Everybody
Mhm.
else that's gonna talk, they gonna talk.
What you
Sharp,
think,
how
Sharp?
you feel?
I don't think the way that y'all explained it makes perfect sense. As long as this doesn't, like we were talking, send anybody up the motherfucking
Yeah.
road. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Hey, then there's
He
nothing.
said the same thing the CO said. If you really think
This
about
is,
it,
if he was
CO
in
said
court,
the same shit.
if he was in court, if he wasn't already in prison, this would be what his lawyer is arguing. He wouldn't have
Facts.
to say none of that. His lawyer would be telling the people this. You get what I'm saying? He wouldn't have to argue none of that. Like, all right, you're claiming my my client was assaulter. You were gonna
Right.
give him a case for assault, but in all actuality,
Remo,
he was
what you think
defending
now, my
himself
boy?
because the dudes came and hit him in the head first. And what dudes are you talking about? Da, 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 da. Oh, Jimmy Harrell and da 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 da.
So you saying
get
you're
what
gonna
I'm
have
saying?
some people calling this snitching, you're gonna have some people saying
It's a wobbler because,
It's
but
saying
all
that he's not.
self-defense cases are that. If y'all want to
Yeah.
go into it,
Yeah.
any nigga that's walking on self-defense right now, Lil Tim's and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that beat they self, it's all.
And that's
They
that's
all
how,
have
the
to
audience
tell.
was yesterday. Like even Kane AK-47, he said it's a borderline. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not snitching, but then technically you ain't supposed to name anybody in the grievance. So a lot of people, like even Lil Reese texted me, said he was watching the live and he said that you can write out grievances and that really technically ain't snitching.
It is,
Savage
bro.
hit me, he said it. Tay Savage said that it ain't snitching, but since 1090 Jake, who he is, a lot of people gonna have a lot to say about
Because anytime somebody
Right,
say anything,
right.
1090 comments on it, so
Yep.
you up under a magnifying glass.
Just think about it, bro. This same thing that happened, you said, is the same at Troy Ave's situation, right?
Yeah, well, and he wasn't in jail, but he got a
No, I'm talking about the
self-defense case.
situation,
And
yeah.
I mean, it's so many different ways that the story got spent. But all right, you come in the spot, a nigga in there talking about he finna blam you down. Your homeboy go in for the saga, he shoot, boom, bop, whatever happened. Think your man's get dropped with the gun. You end up getting the gun from the nigga that was shooting and busting.
Yeah.
back and doing whatever you doing.
No, all I'm saying is
So
the
no, he end up getting the gun. You listen.
Yeah, no, I
he
know the
grabbed it.
story,
He
yeah.
get the gun. He shoots the dude. Boom, boom, boom. I gotta tell you this whole story though. I gotta tell you every play
In order for you to
clear
find out what
myself.
really happened,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like let you know I didn't come in there on no bullshit. We in New
Facts.
York, y'all finna hang a nigga over this gun and all that. I didn't walk in with no gun. I took the gun and I got cracked.
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean?
And that's a
Go
man
ahead.
fighting for his life.
Yeah.
You can't speak on it unless you're in that position. too.
Exactly.
It's easy to say, oh, he's this and that, well, it's not you. But
Yeah.
look at the difference, though, bro. A lot of people that hate Jake, look, Whack 100 hates him, right? He posted this on his stories. Troy Ave is in the same situation. A lot of people talk shit about him. Whack 100 shows him love. And it's just, all I'm trying to say is the people that hate
beef
this
it.
man
Yeah.
are going to post this. But the people that don't have nothing against him are going to say it is what it is.
Gucci,
It's
if
a
that's the
602
case, Gucci
form.
better snitch.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's
Gucci
the
man had
facts.
to say that
Facts.
what happened in order to
Yeah,
beat the
real
case on
shit.
Pookie. If
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
case, Gucci man to snitch.
So y'all seen what-
you know what I'm saying? Pick
That's
y'all
real
poison.
shit.
1090 Jake.
So y'all
got
seen-
points, bro. He's solid, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah,
nigga,
real
that,
shit,
that,
though.
that's all
If
I'm
anything, he's
saying.
been advocating for all the real ones, bro. Why do
Yeah, he
people
do.
hate him? I don't understand.
Because he a
This
white
man is
boy
doing-
making money off black people cases, but he's from a black gang. You got to.
Yeah, he reps blood,
That's why I
bro,
be on
so-
this side. Like, you know what I mean?
In prison, he fights with y'all, bro. So,
That's
I mean,
what
you
I'm
should
saying.
respect
Yeah.
it,
And then, nigga, it's 10 times harder for a white boy.
For a
in the
white
gang,
boy,
man.
you know,
already
we from
know. That's
Cali,
what
bro.
I said.
My mama, hey.
He already know.
You know,
Niggas
dog,
laying down
politics
the
is
yard.
different
You
here.
tell
Hell
a
yeah, your
white
own
crip,
people gonna come get
a
you.
white crip hit the
Yeah.
yard, nigga.
White's
What the
gonna
white
be for
boy doing?
anybody.
Come on, that's
My
what I was
mama,
saying.
yeah.
That's
so he
why
got to go 4 times harder on
That's
those
what I was
yards.
saying about Milk 7-4. We know you not what you is like that. Like, yeah, okay, whatever.
But has
you
he
ain't
been
never,
to prison, though?
Huh?
Has he been to prison?
I don't know, but nigga, everybody would know about a white crip. He'd be making noise if you really was an active white crip.